Hey, what's good, you guys? This is your boy Jaquan Grand, the host.
Your co-host, Kelis Booker.
Here at Keep It a Grand Radio, where we mix culture,
conversation,
and music that is true.
So, y'all, what's good? What's good? This is your boy Jaquan Grand.
And your girl, Kelis. What's up, y'all?
And look, we're here with episode 3 of Keep It a Grand podcast. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling very successful. What about you?
I like that. I'm feeling successful too.
Yeah, I'm feeling very successful.
Feeling very good. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and start off with our very first segment. It's going to be Track of the Week, like we always do, you guys. This week, I'm going to be playing SZA, Kendrick Lamar, 30 for 30. Yeah.
Yeah, love that song because niggas thought you was cuter than me.
What?
Definitely don't talk to a nigga that stay in the mirror more than me.
Hey, that's a fact. Make sure you stay away from niggas like that. All right, now? All right, so we're going to get into our next segment. We're going to be talking about culture talk. So put me on. We're going to be talking about this time.
Talking just a little bit about the government. Not too much because I don't have time for that crowd. Y'all got it. Y'all do way more research than me. I'm not really with the politics. I do surface level stuff with politics, but not too in depth. So, today we're going to talk about, do you want to brush the topic of the shutdown first, or do you want to talk about...
I can start with that only because we know that was like really, really huge.
Yeah.
So many people were affected, so the government shutdown has just ended, so...
Only until January.
Right? I think it was, January 2026, so they're going to be, potentially going back into another shutdown or going back into negotiations, but we do know... Those who weren't getting paid will, begin getting paid again. I believe SNAP itself will start again.
Yeah.
But of course, we also know this government is so finicky. So, like she just said, you have to kind of be. I will always say is like, don't 100% just rely on the government. I know if you have a job or whatever, it is a little bit difficult. But as you can see, they can take the shit away when they want to.
Literally, and honestly, I knew. So I did search up like what was the longest government shutdown.
It's this one, right?
And it's this one now, but hear me out, right? When I first searched it up before they shut this one down, I believe it said 37 days. 37 days was the longest record of a government shutdown, right? Before Trump. Now, when I discovered that information, I said, because we have the type of man that we do in office, he's going to be the type to outdo history. Like, he's going to be the one to be like, yeah, you said it's 37, let's make it 38. Actually, let's make it 42, whatever. I don't even know how many days this term, it was shut down, but I already knew from searching up the last one that he was so damn ignorant, he was going to try to outdo that number.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just grateful for the standpoint of those who weren't able to kind of pay their bills because I know some people personally who work in the government and they're like, I haven't got paid this month.
Yeah, and I can't even imagine what that's doing to people, homes and
for
stuff,
sure.
And especially the people that's living hand to mouth.
Think about it though, can you just imagine working for a job, right, as taxing as the government.
Right.
You're doing all the shit that you normally do, 8 to 5, 9 to 5, whatever your schedule is, and you go home knowing that you're not going to get paid. But you just went in and put in that same amount of work. That is insane to me. So the fact that they weren't, taken care of is crazy. But I'm praying, like she just said, we know this government is hit or miss. I'm praying those who are a part of it are able to sustain and survive because we just know these are taxing times, and I'm hoping that those who basically need that assistance get it. I love the fact that when they did the whole we're taking away the SNAP, or you're not getting SNAP benefits.
Yeah,
I like that states came out and made sure that they were giving out benefits to kind of cover that.
Okay,
right?
I was going to say, because the only reason why I got partial is because of contingency funds.
Yeah, it's just a sad case all the way around, but that is the new news. So the government the shutdown has ended, and we're just hoping, of course, like she said, January 2026, that it can stay that course,
Right.
They don't get back into that same type of standpoint.
And, to kind of double back on what you said about how they, will have people working but not paying them. I mean, that just honestly goes hand in hand in what I want to talk about, which is this whole 50-year mortgage proposal.
Yeah.
Because, okay, check us out, right? We're working this job for the government thinking it's guaranteed stability, these are guaranteed funds that are going to come every month. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You get what I'm saying? So then when you introduce a bill like this, right? Not to say that this is all still up in the air, okay? It's still up in the air, but this is something that he's proposing. So he wants to introduce a 50-year mortgage plan, which is pretty much saying, hey, normally there are some places that do 30, 40, but he wants to do 50 so that way, I don't know, you croak and die before you honestly own your home. And
that's crazy.
It's actually very interesting, actually. And it's interesting because this also ties into, what Fannie Mae is doing. So if you don't know what Fannie Mae is the Federal National Mortgage Association. They gave it that nickname because it's really FNMA, so they came up with Fannie Mae as a nickname, right? So Fannie Mae decided, along with Trump and all the other people that approved, that they were going to remove the minimum credit score floor for DU case files, and that's going to start November 16th of 2025. But a lot of experts are saying, the longer these mortgages will be, the higher risk that it's going to put these people in longevity debt, okay? So, mind you, we just got done talking about a government shutdown where these people are getting hired for a job where they think it's guaranteed stability, but as we see, it's not.
Yeah.
As we see, do y'all understand? A lot of people went to sleep not knowing what was going on and woke up with no job. Do you know that 750 people were getting relieved of a job every day while the government shutdown was happening?
What? That's fucking insane.
The nail salon that I worked in, there was a guy, one day I just randomly walked in and I see him, sitting at the receptionist desk, and I'm like, because I rent that's salon base again. Y'all go check me out. Got his girl in his hands. Okay. So the nail salon that I was renting my suite out of, like I said, I just walk in one day and I randomly see this big buff guy sitting at the receptionist desk, and literally I found out from one of my clients that were sitting out there waiting on me that he was only here because NASA relieved him of his job during this government shutdown.
And crazy, that client was actually my wife, but keep going.
Do y'all see how small the world is? Y'all see how that worked, right? But yeah, so it's just just seeing that, I'm like, dude, he went to work one day, never foreseeing this. And then boom, you're behind a receptionist desk of a nail salon because you have no other option. So imagine them letting this proposal go through, right? We're going to remove the minimum credit score. So you can have a damn 570 if you want and go buy a mansion. But let's keep in mind.
You're going to be paying this shit off until you're 110.
You're going to be paying it off until you're 110. Oh, we haven't even talked about the damn property taxes and the interest rates.
Right? Yeah, you're right.
Rising.
That's going to be rising
During this 50 years of you even trying to pay a house off, not to say that it's not possible for some people to pay their shit off quickly, but we're talking about for the people that can't do that, okay? The people that was grateful for a 30-year mortgage plan, and now we have Donald Trump in office that's we're going to make it seem like this is a better route for the people that can't afford because we're going to make it 50 years. So we're going to cut back on these monthly rents, these monthly bills, right?
Yeah.
But little do you know, if you don't know too much, interest is going to go up. You're going to be paying double, actually, than what you originally was supposed to pay. On top of, like I said, infinite debt. You will never own anything. I mean, come on now. The average human lives until 78 years old, right?
Right.
And
so you're talking about 90 and 100 is
first of all,
really going to be.
First of all, and right now, home buyers, it's at an all-time high. 40 years old are first time. That's the age right now that they're getting for first-time home buyers. 40 years old. So if I'm 40 and I'm buying my house, and then this 50-year proposal goes through, I'm not gonna own my house until I'm 90.
Yeah.
And then let's just say I get a house for $500,000, right? I'm gonna have basically paid double by the time I'm finished paying for the house. Oh, and let's not even talk about. I mean, because honestly, if you ask me, the real demons behind this work is the banks, because hey, they sell your stuff to a private loaner. You go and get this loan or whatnot through your bank. All right, cool. You got the house. You just pay us a little bit. Oh, but if you don't pay us, guess what? We're taking your house. We're taking everything you've owned, everything you pulled out this loan for. We're taking, but we're gonna give this to you if you can afford it. You're just gonna pay us double because we helped you. What? This is America? Like, y'all do not understand. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I come across so many different clients. I have came across clients from Kenya, from like all these other different countries, and they straight up tell you like, they came to America and learned about credit scores. That don't even exist over there. You come with the straight De Niro, you get whatever it is you want. You come over here, you can have all the De Niro you want.
You still gotta.
But what that credit score look like?
What's that credit score looking like?
What that credit score look like?
And that was something I feel like a lot of our community, at least from my upbringing, it wasn't something that was talked about a lot. The importance of credit. Yeah.
And I'm bringing this to awareness because I just don't want our people or people that are, because let's just be for real, right? They're really trying to wean out middle class. It's either you rich or you poor. So
not just middle class, I would say also trying to wean out minorities.
Class. Yeah, yes, that is true too. Yeah. I can agree with that. So I'm really just bringing awareness because while the Federal National Mortgage Association, Fannie Mae, is doing all of this crazy stuff, I don't want you guys jumping so quick on it like, oh shit, I can have a 570 and go get a damn 1.5.
Let me go get this big ass house.
Let me go get this big ass house or all these expensive ass cars that I know I can't really keep up with, but they're gonna approve me because they just removed the. Do not put yourself in a lifetime debt like that. And let me tell you something. Trap. For the longest, and you know what, this is not clocking nobody's tea, because at the end of the day, I've always been the type to put my own business out there before somebody else does. Yeah. So with that being said, like I feel like my mother's side of the family is not everybody. Okay, let me put this out there, fam. I love y'all. Okay, not all y'all. Y'all know who's who. Okay, but some of y'all became so reliant on the government. It's sad. Like, I'm here to say, like, it is sad. And when you have situations like this, it just goes to show on how they're really not for us.
Not for you.
They literally set us up to continue for them to stay in our pockets, to stay in our business, to stay in control.
Yeah. I know people right now who are paying $200 for their rent. For their rent, $300. And I'll talk to them. They're like, man, my light bill is so high, like it's three, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, well, your rent is $50. Your rent is $200.
Right.
And I would ask them like...
It's almost like a sense of entitlement.
Right. And I'm like, and I would ask them like, oh, why wouldn't you do X, Y, and Z? Oh, I can't get that job because I make too much money. My rent is going to be too high. And I'm like, this is the back and forth that this government understands. It understands that people are not going to try to do better for themselves, to put themselves in a situation where they can make more money, because then they will have more responsibility.
They have a crutch.
Yeah.
The government is a crutch.
It is a crutch. And it's crazy because, listen, I'm a person who grew up, my mom I grew up on food stamps.
Right.
I've had to use food stamps myself.
Yep, me too.
Right? But I also understand that wasn't my end goal. So the moment I was able to start, accumulating some type of income,
right,
I knew that was gone. So when I had to budget and make sure, okay, I got food for my fam, I got everything taken care of, I'm not even thinking about the government in no sense. Because I understand the moment they say, we stopping that shit. We ain't paying you this month. We ain't doing this and that.
That's it.
My kids are looking at me like, well, where the food coming from?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So in my mindset, I'm like, well, how can I eliminate the need of even using that? So yeah, with that being said, that the way that the government themselves are saying that they're setting us up or benefiting us. We're taking the things that the government is giving us and benefiting ourselves, because we understand at the end of the day, we have to actually make that change. We can't sit around and allow for the government themselves to actually give us these things. We know so much when we talk about like that poverty mindset, like you were saying before.
Yeah.
We see so many people, whether it's family members, friends, we see so many people who are using the government and they're like, well, I'm not trying to go ahead and I can't get more money because, you know, I'm going to have to pay my rent. It's like, I understand. Yes. Being able to have
hand to mouth? Do you really want to live hand to mouth?
Yeah, and I get it. Having affordable rent, that is important, but it's like this is the system, the game that they're playing.
At the end of the day, you need to get up and work for what you got. Work for what you want. Do not rely on these people to say, you know what, we're going to give you this much and you only can have this. Excuse me. Yeah. This is my life. I can have whatever I want, however I want, as long as I put in the work behind it. That's why y'all need to go check in and tune in with our last podcast, because like we said, ain't nobody walking with no handouts. Yeah. And that's what they're looking for. That's what the assistance is designed for. It's designed for people that are walking around with their handout because they don't want to do the work.
They don't want to do
They don't want to do the work, and they're okay with staying in one segment of their life.
You have to make sure that you take care of what you have to take care of, because if you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to rely off of this for the rest of my life, the moment they decide to shut this shit down, you're affected by it. Yeah. And if you have children or, you know, any other people you're taking care of,
who are you going to blame then?
Right? That's a bar. Who are you going to blame then?
Who are you going to blame then?
Facts. That's a fact.
Because at the end of the day, it still boils down to you. So.
Facts. And boil down to you, you know, I like some good boiled noodles, so put me on to
Oh yeah, so we getting a
good old fried noodle. Yeah, talk to me.
So today, y'all, we are talking about why websites ask us to verify for human.
Which is crazy.
So honestly, I was one of those people who believed it was because aliens were real. You know, I thought that maybe
they could definitely be real, but that's another conversation.
I feel like they definitely are real, but yes, that is another conversation for another day. But yes, I was one of those people to believe that that's why, I mean, and when I say when they verify are we humans, I mean like you could be on a website and they're like, choose every picture with a school bus or a stop sign or a curve or a bike or whatever it is. You know, you got to click the pictures, or they give you like the range of numbers, capital and lowercase letters and all of that stuff, and say, type in exactly what you see. Yeah. I thought it was because of aliens, right? Y'all, I hate to break it to you. It has nothing to do with aliens. It has everything to do with AI. AI, which is so... when you just hear AI, artificial intelligence, it's like, you know, it's getting to the point where I'm scared. I don't know about y'all, but I'm scared.
Wait, what are you scared about?
I am scared that every warning that we had prior to this moment is coming to fruition. Like, I'm scared that the government literally... No. Let me take that back. Because it wasn't just the government. It was certain individuals. I am mad that certain individuals created a program to where it's literally almost becoming out of their control. And it's so out of their control that they're asking us to verify for fucking human.
Yeah, that's insane.
Insane. They say that because, okay, like, why you gotta ask me if I'm human? Like, who else could be up there, you know? Like, let's clear this up. So pretty much, AI bots can create fake accounts, send spam messages, post comments, click links, scrape information, run scams, overwhelm websites, pretend to be real people.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I did not know it was that deep.
I didn't know it was that damn deep either. I thought AI was something new, evolving now. No. I believe it was like 1830s when the first computer was like designed, right? Computers were designed to talk to another computer. It was never designed to communicate with us. Computers were designed to solve problems. Over time, people started using the computers for personal use and Instagram and, you know, like different social medias and all of this stuff. We started trying to take charge of something that we were never going to take charge for because it was never designed for us. Which is, a lot of people don't even know that. Like, y'all would, me personally, before I really started doing rabbit holing like this, I literally kept everything surface level. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I kept everything surface level. I did some deep diving on stuff that I was, like, really intrigued on. But, like, as far as how I am now, really wanting to spread, like, this knowledge to people who genuinely don't know, like, I'm like I keep saying, I am 24 years old, guys.
Oh,
like a lot of people my age and younger, we don't give a damn about none of that, you know? Like we don't give a damn. You get what I'm saying? But I'm here to try to make us start caring so that way, like we stated before, change starts with the youth, and it really starts with us. So if we start learning this stuff to be able to teach another person, that's where the change starts to happen. So when we see a verification, test, it's not questioning our identity, it's protecting our access.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
They pretty much just need to make sure that we're a real person and not an automated system. So growing up, I used to always remember just kind of looking at the pictures and doing it. I don't remember, which I will get back to y'all on. I don't remember exactly when they started introducing the whole numbers and alphabetical arrangement to where it's like we gotta copy what they're saying, whether it's lowercase or uppercase. I don't know when that exactly started, but learning that they make the test harder and harder every year because these AI robots are getting smarter and smarter every day. Hear me again. The AI robots are getting smarter and smarter every day. So
they're improving.
Hear me out when I say this. Maybe I need to take it back because I don't know if y'all hearing what I'm saying. Humans are creating harder and harder tests to verify if we're a human because they cannot control a program that's already out there. Did y'all catch that? Like, this is already out of their control, people. They're trying to damn catch up. Yeah. The computer's still striding and going strong. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So when we start talking about like the new age where, I don't know, did you hear about like the lady who came out and got interviewed about the R&B AI singer that signed the deal, whatever.
I heard about it.
Yeah. So with that being said, it's like, are we not understanding how they're taking control? Like, we were already skeptical about it taking people out of jobs. We started with grocery stores, self-checkout. That was the first thing for me. And listen, I'm not saying that's the first thing because there's probably people watching this like, well, actually, this started in 1778. Like, drop the facts, please, and enlighten us on when it really started. But for me, at my young age, I feel like the first sign for me to
was self-checkout.
Was self-checkout because you were already taking people out of jobs. That was the first thing. Okay, now
self-driving cars.
Now, when you go on your phones, people, and you're trying to get in contact with customer service, you're talking to a damn bot before you even talk to a real human. Yeah. Is that not an issue? Kids getting deceived by different things, Like I said, these people can flood platforms, steal database, commit fraud, manipulate social media, and attack websites. How are you telling me something that was designed? First of all, why are we even designing anything that we can't even really have full access to? What do you mean you designed a computer to talk to a goddamn computer? What do you mean by that? And then we came on later on. What the hell? So then over time is where they created softwares to where we could start to communicate with these computers and they could start to communicate with us. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's information literally that's the most disappointing thing about America. Yeah. They put the fucking information out there right in front of us, but they know half of us ain't gonna read, half of us don't give a fuck. Yeah. And then the ones that do give a damn and read about it, the information is only traveling but so far. But the reason why I love this segment of Fried Noodle being educational is because at the end of the day, once I was told that certain words won't even reach certain people, I don't want to be one of those people. I want to make sure that I'm maximizing my whole entire lifetime learning everything that I can learn. I don't want to be one of those people that's having a conversation and I ain't never heard of the word damn calm. What? What do you mean? Like, it's just, so once I even heard that, like, it's certain words that won't even reach certain people. Are y'all not understanding? It's certain fucking words in the dictionary that people won't even fucking know because it just would never reach them. Because they would never want to expand their vocabulary or their knowledge behind shit that is going on. Because do y'all think I'm sitting here opening up a goddamn dictionary to learn words? Absolutely not. Yeah. What I'm doing is I'm doing research, and when I come across these fucking words that I don't know, I go and look it up. Well, what the hell does this mean? I ain't never heard of this word before. But I just don't want to be one of those people That never knew. Okay, so in this segment of Hometown Heroes, we are recognizing the entrepreneur explosion. So I found this group off of Facebook, and pretty much they are a network of entrepreneurs, business professionals, and startup businesses working together. I love everything about this because being an entrepreneur, is all about networking and word of mouth.
For sure.
At the end of the day, that's how a lot of these businesses grow. It's word of mouth.
Definitely.
I mean, social media is definitely a great tool, but they don't give a damn about what you post. They calling out Sally like, how was she? You get what I'm saying? Or how was this? Or how did that taste? Or how did this fit? Whatever the case is, word of mouth is such a big tool in, having these successful businesses. I love that it's a group of people that came together to do these pop-up shops, to have these different vendors pop up, to get people's names out there and bring awareness to their businesses, because that's what Keep It a Grand is all about. We're bringing awareness to people doing stuff in the community, these local artists, these small businesses in the community, because at the end of the day, like I just said, word of mouth is everything nowadays. Like, it's everything. So, I'm not sure who the leader is of this organization. I'm not sure if it was just a group of people that decided on one thing, one name, one band, one sound, or if this was something presented to a group of people and they kind of just went along with it. But we're shouting them out this week because at the end of the day, I love everything about the movement. They also have, of course, it's Williamsburg, Virginia. Yeah. They have so many different events transpiring throughout the year. It's just like, I'm not sure if there's a at the door fee, a vendor fee, or anything like that. Like I said, you can go find them on Facebook. You literally just have to type in The Entrepreneurs Explosion. And I feel like the name goes hand in hand with it because at the end of the day, I mean, it exploded my mind. I'm like, oh my God, it's a group of people in Williamsburg that are literally trying to network with other people and help other people get to where they want to be. And and another thing, I love it because at the end of the day, bro, it is so hard to get support. I don't care what nobody says. It is so hard to get support doing what you want to do. Yeah. So when there's organizations that's what they're standing for. They're standing for getting your name out there, getting the support that you deserve, the recognition that you earn. I'm all for it. I'm all with it. Y'all make sure if y'all are located in Williamsburg, and I'm pretty sure they don't even just do people in Williamsburg. Like, if you have a business and you want to
tap in,
get your name out there, tap in with them,
tap
folks,
in for
real.
sure. And I just wanted to piggyback off of that. I agree. When you have, we just know for some strange reason when it becomes like becoming an entrepreneur or somebody who has like a business or a plan, it takes so fucking much to get other people to understand what you're trying to do, number one, but number two, to support.
Yeah.
So to see that, a group of people who decided to get together to support and build some things like that, I'm all for it. And the fact that it's local and it's about, uplifting community. And like you just said, definitely abroad as well. So people who definitely have the interest to try to make sure that, their business and stuff, it can grow. If you're an entrepreneur, I definitely would say tap in because
yes, for sure.
Your network is your net worth, right?
Period.
So
that's a bar. Yeah.
That's a saying for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into our next segment, ladies and gents. And when I tell you guys, when I read this story the first time, I was like, there's no way this shit can be true.
Yeah.
It was one of those type of stories. So this is how this story starts off, all right? So the title of the story is this. My husband of 20 years is cheating on me with our son's 18-year-old girlfriend.
Y'all see why I just took that shot, right?
So
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this shot before I start the story because, like I said, I just couldn't believe it.
I'm sorry, but like just off of the title, I would have been in jail. So.
Right? So she went on to do multiple updates, but I'm going to just give you guys a rough summary, but I'm going to tell you guys the main story. So she basically said, I'm using pseudonyms for anyone, so I basically don't use any names. She said, I'm a 41-year-old stay-at-home mom. My husband is 48-year-old, whom we'll call Paul. He works in finance. We've been married for nearly 20 years. We have 2 kids, whom I'll call Eric, who's our 18-year-old son.
2 kids?
2 kids. Eric, who's 18, right? And he's a senior in high school, and Mary is our 15-year-old daughter. So they're both the love of my life. My marriage with my husband has definitely grown somewhat stale over these years.
Okay.
For a myriad of reasons. She said, such as his work schedule and how I've aged poorly since we first met. She said, our son Eric has a girlfriend whom he's been dating since they both were freshmen in high school. We'll call her Amy. Eric absolutely adores Amy. She's his first love. She's someone I've always considered to be family. That's why it makes this situation emotionally excruciating for her. She says, last week she inadvertently saw her husband's phone screen and got a glimpse of a text thread between her husband and Amy. And she read the message, and the first thing she saw was Amy telling her husband how she misses sucking his cock. This is the first message she read. So she said she froze in place in complete disbelief. She spent most of the day convincing herself that
loves to be an eater. Okay.
She convincing herself that she misread what she saw.
What?
She said, however, I didn't misread it because over the last several days, I discovered a file on her husband's computer filled with tons of BDSM porn. He clearly has a porn addiction. He also has saved photos of Amy from her Instagram on his computer. Although they weren't inappropriate, she said she was fully clothed. It was still proof that she needed to confirm that she wasn't going crazy. She also looked at his phone during opportune moments, and she saw more interaction between her husband and Amy. They were filled with mean, horrible things said about herself, with constantly him comparing his wife to Amy. So he's comparing his wife to his son's girlfriend. He would call his wife fat,
sick, bastard,
old, among other things. And Amy basically LOL, like laughing at the situation, like, yeah, she is fat and old. She said, I've always had hunches of paranoia, feelings that Paul have, been cheating on me, but never in a million years could I fathom something like this. Last month, I found a thong in our bedroom that I know wasn't mine. I turned a blind eye to it, being naive, acting like it was maybe our daughter's, even though it made zero sense. Not only is he cheating on me, but he's betraying our son. She says, I'm completely devastated. I don't even think words can adequately describe the dread, anger, shock I feel right now. I'm totally overwhelmed on how to handle this because obviously actions need to be taken, but I'm terrified of what kind of psychic blow this would be for my son. I have no idea how to even broach this completely fucked up topic with him. I wouldn't wish the predicament on my worst enemy. I can't even believe I married this scumbag in the first place. And then my mind starts to race, realizing that I started noticing unusual behavior from him around the time Amy turned 18. Was he waiting for her to turn 18 before pursuing this affair? There's so many layers to all of this, and I'm completely paralyzed with fear and dread about it all. None of it makes any fucking sense. How did this happen? Am I this much of a stupid idiot that I let all of this happen under my watch? She said her son adores his girlfriend, and the thought of revealing this sickening truth to him terrifies her. The impact on his young heart and mind can be devastating. She says, my heart aches for her son and her daughter, who are completely innocent bystanders. I haven't confronted my husband about this because I'm frankly scared of the domino effect. I don't know who to turn to first about this. I share my story for not sympathy, but in search of understanding and perhaps advice for those who might have to grapple with a deep betrayal. Thank you for listening. That's update 1. She goes all the way to update 4. So I'm going to kind of go through, based off what I saw, just to kind of give you guys a run through. Number 1.
You do that.
Yeah.
That's why I need to go tune in. Now, you see why I say you need to check them goddamn phones, right? You see why I say y'all need to go through them damn phones.
Listen.
Go through the phone.
In that situation, for sure.
Go through the phone.
For sure, because she wouldn't have.
In all situations, damn it, because you wouldn't have been in this shit.
She wouldn't have known.
You
So
wouldn't have been in this
I
shit.
agree from that standpoint for sure. But going back to update 2, update 3, update 4, basically what ends up happening is she does tell her son that his father is sleeping with his girl.
Okay.
Of course, his son is distraught and broken and everything. She ends up...
I'm about to beat Pop's ass, man.
She ends up telling her daughter. Her daughter is completely disgusted by it. She tells her husband she wants a divorce. He's completely blindsided by it. However, Amy finds out that the wife knows because she tells Amy's mom. And Amy is basically like, fuck both of y'all. So she's like, I love him. I'm not trying to leave him.
Love the boyfriend's dad.
Love the boy. Yeah, the boyfriend's dad. She's like, y'all trying to fuck shit up for me. So she tells her mom and her boyfriend's mom, fuck y'all. Like.
I'm talking about eating concrete. Everybody eating concrete. Cement. I'm not playing.
So she.
Asphalt. We eating it.
She's like, fuck no. So that's update 2. Update 3 is apparently they're trying to. So Paul, which is the husband, he's completely ignoring Amy. He's like, I done fucked up. So the girl he was fucking with, he completely ignored her.
Nigga.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga.
The mom is trying to sue him or get criminal charges because they believe. Man. They believe this situation started earlier. Like, he was grooming her. Because she was a minor.
Right.
Because she even stated in update 1, she started seeing changes the moment he turned 18. So she's like, she feels like he started doing shit before she turned 18. So she's trying to get criminal charges. She ends up asking her daughter. Her daughter tells her mom, yes, my friends have told me that every time they came around dad, they felt weird because of the shit he would say. One of the friends even go to say he complimented her on her leggings or some shit. Mind you, her friends are like 13, 14. So she was like, yeah, he complimented me on my leggings and he kept looking me up and down. So her daughter comes out and say her friends definitely felt some type of way about the dad. They just never brought it up into the situation. Right. So update 3 is he's like, now he's feeling the heat because she's going through the divorce. She's taking custody away from him. She's doing all the other shit. He's constantly trying to negotiate and conversate with her. She's like, I'm not dealing with you. Talk to my lawyers. Okay. This is what the mom is saying. So they're trying to get Amy to understand this dude is a predator and the shit that he did.
You idiot.
She's like, y'all know what y'all talking about. Delusional. This is real love.
Delusional.
Mind you, she's 18, he's 48. Update 4 goes into when it comes to him trying to, I guess, sign the papers for the divorce, he doesn't show up to court.
Nah, nigga, you gonna sign the papers. Stop playing with me. No.
He doesn't sign the paper for the custody.
I will forge that fucking signature.
The lawyers end up pushing for, I guess, in the courts for him, for the divorce to go final because I guess he didn't show up, so they was able to file something.
Yeah, you asshole. It's still happening.
But they were trying to get criminal charges against him because they were trying to figure out if there was...
He's a fucking pedophile.
Come to find out, he escapes. He goes to Cambodia. So Cambodia has a no extradition treaty. So there was like, the fact that he moved to Cambodia shows you, obviously... Because at that time, when she was trying to discover if there was like, oh no, you was fucking with a minor before she was 18, they didn't truly have proof. Right. The moment he fled, they knew that's proof enough.
That's all the proof. Why you fleeing, hoe ass nigga?
He fled, and people was like, you need to get the FBI involved. The FBI was like, until Amy can come forward and say what happened,
and it's delusional.
They can't do shit. And guess what? Found out by update 4, she's distraught. She blames her mom. She blames her the other mom who she was sleeping with the husband. She blames both of them because she's like, y'all took him away from me. So she left her mom, ran away. She's 18, so technically, and she's been living on her friend's couch, waiting for this man to come back. He's in Cambodia. He's never coming back.
Boo, and he's on to the next victim, you idiot girl.
So I definitely feel like, that was a crazy situation, and I hope that she definitely get the justice she deserved because, we don't want to... That's just a wild situation to go, just to go across.
It really is. I mean, like, dad with son's girlfriend is crazy.
Well, right. So give me some motivation. I feel like I need some
we need some motivation. So Sunday service. We're getting into a quote from Maya Angelou, and she says, nothing will work unless you do. So you need to put the work behind the dreams and watch your life respond. And scripture to leave off with that is Philippians 4:13. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And you have to be willing to put in the work and meet God halfway for him to do the rest. He's never going to give us what we want, how we want it, but he's going to provide us with the necessary tools to be able to perform the job. So don't lose faith, don't lose hope, and just know that you put in the work and it'll repay you.
Make sure you guys tune into Keep It a Grand Radio, which will be streaming live on Live 365, which we'll be having some dope mainstream music as well as some dope local indie music. And just like always, keep it a grand.